Okay, let's finish our reading, and we're just going to keep reading. We know that we're at a really important part right now where Papa has gotten seriously injured and Stacy is explaining what happened. So let's keep going. But who? I started. A truck come up the road and stopped behind us while we was trying to get that wheel on, but didn't none of us hear it coming because of the rain and the thunder and all, and they didn't put their lights on till the truck stopped. Anyways, there was 3 men in that truck, and soon as Papa seen them, he reached for his shotgun. That's when they shot him, and he fell back with his left leg under the wagon. Then Jack reared up, scared by the shot, and I couldn't hold him, and the wagon rolled over Papa's leg. His voice cracked sharply, and he exploded guiltily. It's my fault his leg's busted. I thought on what he had said, and laying my hand on his shoulder, I said, "Nah, I ain't. It's the men's." Stacy did not speak for a while, and I did not prod him to go on. Finally, he cleared his throat and continued huskily. Soon as I could, I tied Jack to a tree and run back to Papa, but Papa told me not to move him and to get down in the gully. After the men shot Papa, they come down trying to get Mr. Morrison, but he was too fast and strong for them. I couldn't see everything that happened because they didn't always stay in front of them headlights, but I did see Mr. Morrison pick one of the men like he was nothing but a sack of chicken feathers, and fling him down the ground so hard it must have broke his back. Ain't never seen nothing like that before in my whole life. Then one of them other two that had a gunshot at Mr. Morrison, but he didn't hit him. Mr. Morrison, he ducked away from the headlights into the darkness, and they went after him. Couldn't see nothing then, he said, glancing toward the door where Papa lay. Heard bones cracking. Heard somebody cursing and crying. Then I couldn't hear nothing but the rain, and I was real scared, afraid they killed Mr. Morrison. But they didn't, reminded Miss Little Man, his eyes bright with excitement. Stacy nodded. Next thing I seen was a man coming real slow, like into the headlights, and pick up the man lying in the middle of the road, the one Mr. Morrison threw down. He got him to the truck, then come back and helped the other one. That one looked like he had broke an arm. It was hanging all crazy like at his side. Then they turned the truck around and drove away. Then what? Little Man inquired. Stacy shrugged. Nothing. We put on the other wheel and come on home. Who was it? I rasped, holding my breath. Stacy looked at me and said flatly, "The Wallaces, I think." There was a fearful moment's silence. Then Christopher John, tears in his dark eyes, asked, "Stacy, is Papa gonna die?" "No, of course not," denied Stacy too quickly. But he was so still. "I don't want Papa to die," wailed Little Man. "He was just sleeping like Mama said, that's all." "Well, when he gonna wake up?" cried Christopher John, the tears escaping his plump cheeks. In the morning," said Stacy, putting a comforting arm around both Christopher John and Little Man. "Just you wait and see. He'll be fine. He'll be just fine come morning." Stacy, still in his wet, muddy clothes, said nothing else, and neither did the rest of us. All the questions had been answered, yet we feared, and we sat silently listening to the rain, soft now upon the roof, and watching the door behind which Papa lay and wished for morning. Okay, so that's actually the end of the chapter. So pretty intense. Going back to the dangers that the Logans faced, we see that the people that it may have been are the Wallaces. So we know that's a danger. The fact that they had such a terrible interaction with people who are evil. Okay, then we see the fact that they were going after Mr. Morrison. So you know he's part of the family too, so I'm clumping him in as dangers for the Logans. So I'm going to highlight specifically where it says, then one of them, they try to shoot him, and then went after him in the dark. So it's a good thing to see how powerful Mr. Morrison is. Okay, from all of these, you choose whichever one you feel like shows the dangers. I also think that it's important to highlight the part where they think that someone someone did something to the wheels, because that shows us that it was a planned attack. So I think I'm going to choose this one. which is coming from page 41. Okay, so this was page 41. So this means, so basically what we're saying is, it means that the attack was planned. Like someone had set it in motion, and this shows that the Logan family is in danger because, so why does that show us that they're in danger? Okay, so we will leave it here, and now we're definitely hooked to see what happens to Papa, what happens with the Wallaces, so, and Mr. Morrison too, like, you know, what else is going to happen with him? So a lot of questions are left in our heads that we will have to wait until next week to find out, so stay tuned.